Guys, on tonight's vlog, I'm going to ask the very important question. What kind of technician are you? Certainly in our trade, there's a lot of different people. A lot of different kinds of technicians, a lot of different styles. What kind are you? You are out there watching right now. Most of us are technicians. Some of us don't even work in the HVAC field, I guess. I don't know why you're watching this at all, frankly. I'm just kidding. Stay tuned for more. But we're going to talk about different kinds of technicians and have examples of different kinds that I've run into in my brief stay in the HVAC field, which is 20 years. The first one we're going to talk about is the technician that should be a helper. The guy that's out there, he's on his own on the call, and he's been thrown to the wolves, and he's just totally screwed. And there's nothing he can do about it. You're going to be able to tell that you have this sort of technician around you or at your house if you see some of the following actions. If you see the dumbfounded stare at something that should be relatively simple. For example, hold on one second. We have a, let's see, ignition module for a furnace. The furnace ignition module may be bad on your furnace. And he brings down this sort of, it's not, well, universal, we'll call it universal. Fits many different furnaces. And you might see this sort of thing whenever you see him down there. You may also see the following actions. You may see a guy with a part. This is a blower control board, like for a Goodman air handler. And you'll see him walking. He'll be walking around. He'll be looking at it. And he'll be on the phone constantly while he's staring at it like this. And this will go on for like half an hour. But as he'll sadly realize, no matter how many times he calls or how many people he talks to, he still doesn't know shit about anything. And it's not going to improve in the next half hour. The next group of guys are my favorite. They're the best. The best of the best. Sales technicians. The reason why they're the best is because they make that money, baby. Guys that, they don't have to take their tools off the truck, man. They're too cool for school. They'll just walk up to the job and they know exactly what to say. How's it going, ma'am? Yeah, I looked at your unit back there and we might be able to fix it, but I noticed something that I don't even know if you knew about. I thought I'd let you know as a courtesy. That unit's 12 years old. It runs an R22 refrigerant. Now, R22 is being phased out, meaning that basically if you have one of these machines, you're not going to be able to get refrigerant for it. It's going to cost like $1 million, man. $1 million. And what's worse is you're basically telling the earth to screw off because you're not switching to a nice non-ozone depleting refrigerant. So I know you look like a lady who's not going to tell the earth, you know, to take a hike or to screw off. So you really need to update to this very nice 2-stage heat pump we can offer you. And I know your conscience is bothering you, so I'm going to go ahead and get those numbers ready. I'm not even going to work on this unit because I feel like it's a waste of both of our times. So I'm just going to head back to the truck and get my estimate for him. We're going to go ahead and hook you up with a nice, brand new unit. Don't say a word. I'll take care of everything. We'll be here. The guys will be here in about an hour. You're welcome. Another kind of technician you may run into is a technician that it's called the one-upsmanship technician. You'll see this a lot. YouTube's famous for this because of the anonymity of people that comment. Because people that comment, not you guys, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about these guys way over there, that they always have done something first, they did it better, They've done it twice as many times as you have. They've taken half as long, and you suck at it. That's fine. You'll see a lot of these guys. You see them in real life. It's like, hey, man, I just changed out this compressor. It was really hard to reach. I couldn't hardly get in there. I had to really, I had a leak on one of my joints. I had to try to braze it again. And that guy will cut you off and say, hey, man, I know what compressor you're talking about. I had to change out a compressor. It was behind a damn brick wall. I had to reach around the wall. I was blindfolded. I was actually sucking in phosgene while I was doing it. I was actually warding off death, changing that compressor blindfolded. I actually, I hooked it up. I was like this, I brazed it in. Nitrogen tested it. No leaks, of course. That's what I'm used to. I am the best after all. And I charged it up, and it was perfect superheat and perfect subcoolant. I mean, no one was there to see it, but that's what happened. So, I mean, you believe me. Then we have technicians, and I'll put myself in this bracket. We're going to call this, even though I'm not an old person, despite some gray hairs there, the guys that maybe they should have sold more equipment and stopped fixing shit that was so old and falling apart that is ridiculous. I.e., some of our YouTube community founding members have this same disease. We go into a situation where we have this 1980 unit, and it's not about, it's like, this unit is like 1 SEER. We're rounding up to 1 SEER. It still works. We're so in awe of this unit that it's even functioning. We don't want to change it out. It's like, if we change it out, we feel like we got to put it in some museum or something. But sometimes we're a little bit hesitant to change things out. We want to keep them going. I don't know if it's to keep them rolling because we're so proud that they lasted so long, or because the new stuff we think is a piece of garbage just going to last like a fourth as long. Like you have some kind of 30-year-old condenser, and the guy's like, how long will this one last? And we're like, well, it ain't going to be 30 years. It'll be like 10 or something. Whenever the warranty's over, like the next day, the compressor's going to ground. That's what I would expect. So it's kind of hard to get behind that sort of thing. But there's just a few varieties I wanted to show you guys. We have all different kinds of guys. We have the helper that doesn't know what he's doing, has to pretend and fake his way through everything he does, at least until he gains some experience. We have sales techs that, their tools never leave the bag. Why do you need tools? All I need is my witty personality. And we have, old farts, which I'll put myself in the category. I'm not an old fart, physically, but on the inside I'm an old fart. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and at least got some enjoyment out of it. If not, what the hell? I thought it was funny, but that's fine. I'll see you guys on the next one.